A shocking tragedy has struck the small town of Tumbler Ridge in northeastern British Columbia, Canada. 10 people, including a suspected shooter, have died following a mass shooting at a local high school on Tuesday, 10th February. Canadian authorities say this is one of the deadliest mass casualty events in recent Canadian history. According to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, 6 people were found dead inside the high school.
So we have two scenes. We have the school, and then we have found 2 other persons deceased at our residence in Tumbler Ridge that we're trying to determine the connection to this event. We believe they're connected, but we're not in a position to provide that definitively right now at this time, and what that connection may or may not be.
2 more were found at a nearby residence believed to be connected to the incident, and another person died on the way to the hospital. Authorities also confirmed that the suspected shooter, who may have been a woman, was found dead from what appears to be a self-inflicted injury. Police say there are no other suspects and no ongoing threat to the public. The shooter was described in an official alert as a female wearing a dress with brown hair. Police continue to investigate whether the 2 crime scenes are directly connected. At least 2 people were hospitalized with serious or life-threatening injuries, and around 25 others are being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Tumbler Ridge is a small, remote town in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, about 1,155 kilometers northeast of Vancouver. With a population of roughly 2,400 people, this tight-knit community is still coming to terms with the tragedy. Images from the town show snow-covered landscapes and dense pine forests, highlighting the isolation of the area. Local journalists reporting from the scene described tense moments as parents searched for their children and school facilities remained on lockdown.
Are currently in lockdown as well, and staff has been requested not to leave. And the Shop Easy, at the very least, has also been closed downtown. I'm here on scene, so I can't really get any other information unless people call. And when I'm seeing RCMP entering the building freely, so I'm taking that to mean that there's not any threats directly. There are people gathered over there on the other side by the path. Although, if you're not part of the investigation, do try and avoid the area. We have more emergency vehicles, sounds like RCMP, coming in from Chetwynd.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney expressed his grief, saying he is devastated by today's horrific shootings and offered his condolences to the families and friends of the victims.
Devastating and unimaginable tragedy. We can't imagine what the community is going through, but I know it's causing us all to hug our kids a little bit tighter tonight. Here's the latest information that we have. I understand that there are 10 people in total who are dead, 2 different sites. 8 of the people who died as a result of the shootings were at the school, including an individual we understand is the suspected shooter, who is believed to have died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. There are about 25 people who have been triaged by health authorities with various physical injuries, some profoundly serious, and some more minor injuries. Right now, information is very limited as police do their work, and the RCMP has asked for patience as they work through methodically to ensure that they are supporting families and getting to the bottom of what happened today. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask British Columbians, to ask all Canadians, to wrap the people of Tumbler Ridge, wrap these families with love. Not just tonight, but tomorrow and into the future. This is something that will reverberate for years to come.
British Columbia Premier David Eby called the event devastating and unimaginable and urged Canadians to support the community of Tumbler Ridge. Eby confirmed that 8 of the victims, including the suspected shooter, were at the high school, while 2 others were found at a residence linked to the attack. He has pledged to visit the town to offer support and said the shockwaves of this tragedy will be felt across the province and the country. Mass shootings are rare in Canada, making this incident particularly shocking. The country has seen few such attacks in recent decades, including the 1989 École Polytechnique shooting in Montreal, which killed 14 women, and the 2020 Nova Scotia rampage, where 22 people lost their lives. Authorities continue to investigate the motive behind the Tumbler Ridge shooting and are providing support to survivors and the local community. The small town remains in mourning as the people of Canada grapple with one of the deadliest shootings in the country's history.
The roads are being blocked off. You can see district employees blocking off this road. And other than that, there is no information. I talked to a concerned parent who's here waiting. He got a call from his son who is sheltering in place in the gym. And he's just waiting to hear from his other kid and is quite rightly nervous. There is a report of active shooter at the school. Or again, I need to be sure that I phrase this properly. There's reports of people with a gun. I haven't heard any reports of gunshots, but all I've got really is the alert that went out just after I arrived on scene, which said that there's a suspected person with a gun, described as female, brown hair, and wearing a dress.
While the RCMP emergency alert has been lifted, the people of Tumbler Ridge remain in a state of crisis following one of the worst mass shootings in our province's and country's history. This is a devastating day for a close-knit community, and the loss being felt is profound. This is only the beginning for so many who have families who have been impacted by today's tragic events. The shockwaves of this horrific event will continue to reverberate through the community and throughout the country for some time. Education ministry staff have been in continued contact with the school district today, and we are actively mobilizing trauma and crisis response supports. We are sending trauma-informed counselors to the region to support kids and their families during this time. The school district will be making supports available, and once we have locations for where these supports will be, the district will share that information on social media. As a mother, I'm holding the families who lost loved ones close in my heart, as well as the many of those injured. For their families, the nightmare has not yet ended.
Yes, I expect to be up to Tumbler Ridge as quickly as possible to visit the community and provide support however I can. Police advise at this point they're still reaching out to families, still reaching out to relatives, next of kin, and so at this point aren't able to share any details about those who have passed away, but I expect that we'll be hearing that information shortly from police. I don't know what RCMP plans are about releasing the identity of the individual that is the suspected shooter in this incident. The RCMP will be providing that updated information as they can going forward. What they've asked for right now is patience. The community, the province, the country wants this information, needs this information to try to make sense of what happened. But I think everybody's focus right now is making sure that the families in Tumbler Ridge, the community, is looked after. Great. Thanks very much, everybody.
Thanks for being.
Yeah, thank you.